I copied a $7 million app in less than 30 minutes without writing any code using Lovable and n8n. And in this video, you will learn how you can build any app of your choice. For this video, I chose Yuka, an app that analyzes food and cosmetics. It's a simple app where you upload the picture of your items and it analyzes the health impact for you. Yuka made close to $7 million in 2025 alone, and it has close to 77 million users globally, with 20 million users from US alone.
Called Yuka. Have you heard of it? It's really shaking up the way that millions of Americans shop for food and cosmetics.
Yet it's a very simple app to build. Let's see how to do it. Let's take a quick look at how this app works. It's very similar to how Yuka works, but with the only difference being that this one scans your food label. And there are two ways by which you can upload a picture of the food. It can either be through camera or from your file, or you could also paste the labels or the ingredients and it will analyze the ingredients for you. So let's go ahead and select a file from the desktop and then click on Analyze Label. While it does that, here's a little bit of how the architecture works. We have the UI that's created using Lovable. Then we have n8n workflow where there is a webhook, and then there is also an AI chat model. So now the label is read through OCR and the LLM does the image analysis, then it structures the JSON response and it sends the response to the UI. And this is how the workflow on n8n looks like. There is a webhook. So every time an image is uploaded, this one is triggered and this image is sent to this AI agent, which has the OpenAI chat model, which is analyzing and describing the label that we have. And then it sends the output from here and parses it using this output parser, and then it sends back to the UI. And all of this happens with the help of just prompts and absolutely no coding, which we will be seeing how to build the exact thing in the next few minutes. Everything that I have mentioned and all the prompts that I will be using are here in this document, which I will also be adding in the description below. So let's go back to the app. And if you see that it gives us the complete analysis and says that this is an excellent choice because this is a chocolate but a healthy chocolate, then it gives you a summary and it explains what the ingredients include, what are the red flags, and who should avoid this. Let's get started with building the UI. I already have a Lovable account, and even if you don't have a pro one, you can use the free one as it is, and it's equally good. So first thing that I'll do is I'll go back to my prompt document. Now it has two tabs that you can also follow. The first one is the Lovable prompt. So I'll make sure that I am copying the exact things because this tells Lovable everything that the UI of the app should include. So I'll just copy the entire page, which is until here, and then I'll paste it right here, and then I'll click on enter to let Lovable do the work for me. While it's doing it, I'll go back to n8n. So if you are new to n8n, just go to n8n.io and create a new account, and you can just use it for free. So I have this workflow already created, and this is what we will be replicating to build the exact Yuka-like app that I just showed in the demo. So to build the exact workflow, what I'll do is I'll just click on this plus sign, and then I'll click on workflow, and I would like to create this in my personal workspace. So I'll just do that. And since we're building from scratch, so I'll just click on add first step. And the first step that we need is a webhook, because this is what will be triggering the workflow every time an image is created. So this should be a post method, and let's give the name something like a scanner app, because then the URL becomes more readable. And also we'll need to change this respond immediately to make sure that it responds when the last node finishes, because the image needs to be read and only then it can give an output. So that's something that we need. And then we'll have to copy this URL, and now our webhook is done. So every time you add a step to n8n workflow, make sure that you're clicking on save, and that's how your every step or each step will be saved. Now let's go back to Lovable to see how far it is. It's still building it, so let's wait a bit for the design to be completed. The next step will be to add the webhook URL, which we just created on n8n, and ask Lovable to add it to the front end. Lovable is done with creating the UI. So the next step is to add the webhook URL to the UI. And for that, for the first thing that we will do is to copy the prompt. So here we need to tell Lovable to copy and add the URL to Lovable. So this is the prompt. I'll go back here and I'll just need to update the URL. So I'll once again go back to here and then I'll copy the URL and then let's just update it right here. And then I click on enter. So now Lovable should be able to add the webhook URL to the UI. And once it is done, we will test it to make sure that everything is running successfully on n8n before we add the next step. The webhook URL has been added to the UI. So what we'll do now to check if the n8n workflow, only the webhook part is working correctly, is we'll go back to n8n and here we'll click on execute workflow. You need to do this every time you are testing the workflow. And we'll go back to Lovable and here let's upload the same picture and then click on analyze label. It should show an error because right now there is no logic added to actually analyze the label as expected. But if the workflow is working correctly, the webhook should show success like it shows here. So the next step is to add the AI part. And from here, we'll go back and add AI and I'll click on add AI agent. So here we'll need to add a prompt. So the prompt here is that I'll choose from this document again and I need to tell it that, okay, who are you? You are like a food label analyst and this is what you are supposed to do. So I'll click on copy and I'll paste it right here. I choose on define below and this right here should be done. So now that there is an AI agent mode that is added, the next thing that we have to do is add a chat model and my go-to one is an OpenAI chat model. So I'll click on that and from here you need to add your credentials to an OpenAI account and then you need to choose whichever model you want to. So for now, I'll go ahead with GPT 4.1 mini. And since I have already added the API keys, I do not need to repeat the process. But if you're new to it, you need to go to platform.openai.com. And once you have signed in, go to this settings part. And then you need to go to API keys and create a new secret key. But before that, make sure that you have added a few dollars. $5 to $10 go a long way. So even a little bit can help you build a project of your choice. So now let's go back to the workflow. We have already connected it to our OpenAI account and added a chat model. So the next thing that we need to do to make sure that the output that we are receiving is as per expectation is just to add an output parser. But before that, let's go back to executing workflow and then going back to the Lovable UI. So I'll refresh this and then I'll redo the process where I'm uploading a picture and then clicking on analyzing. So as per now, when I click on analyzing the label, if everything is working as per expected, not just the webhook, but even this AI agent and until this chat model part should work, because the only other part that is left still to do is the output part. So as you can see that this has worked successfully, but a Lovable should also give an error like it's showing here. So the next thing that we'll have to do is to add an output parser. To add the output parser, we need to go back to this AI agent part, and here we need to mention that we require a specific output format because we want the app to give us a particular output and it should be in JSON. So we'll go back to our output parser node and here we'll just click on structured output response and it should be from a JSON example. So we'll go back to this document and we'll just copy and paste this because this is the kind of response that we want to receive from our app. So we'll go back here and then we'll paste it right here. And once all of this is done, I'll click on save again. Now let's go back to Lovable and let's add the picture. And when I'm adding the picture and clicking on analyze label, now if everything works correctly, it should give us the right response. but it says that it couldn't analyze the food levels. So let's go back, because I did not click on the execute our workflow button. So now let's go back once again and choose the image. Now it's if everything works as expected and all the nodes are working, we should be receiving an output. So let's wait for that. This will take a few seconds. The workflow has worked successfully, but when we go back to Lovable, we see that there are certain errors, and this usually happens with vibe coding, but with a few trials and errors, and if you just click on try to fix button, it should be able to help you. So let's try doing that, and let's see with how many tries we'll be finally able to get the fully functioning app. So let's see what is the error that's happening and how Lovable is helping us solve it. The error is solved, and it was just the API not being wrapped in an output object. So now this works as per expected. So if you would like to share this app with your friends and families, you just need to click on publish, and this app will be published for you. So we'll click on publishing, and let's say you want this to work in production. For that, what we need to do is just use the production URL. But first, let's publish this one, and let's keep the version name as it is. And now that it is done, what you need to do is copy this production URL, and you need to go back to Lovable and ask it to update the webhook URL to this. And once the updated URL is added to Lovable, so using this link, you can share it with your friends and families, and they will be able to use it and make use of the app that you just built without any coding, with just prompting. Here's the app, and let's do a final test to make sure everything is working as per expectations. So we'll go back and choose the same image, and we'll click on analyze and give it a few seconds for the entire workflow to run and then give us the output. The results are here, and that's how we built a fully functioning app with no code. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe.